What's the jungle doing in Northeast Ohio? Hello, I'm Paula Kaiser, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about the Cleveland Metro Parks. Our parks are worth it was the slogan for Issue 80, a major concern on November of 2013's ballot for citizens of Northeast Ohio. The levy was put on the ballot every 10 years in order to keep the Metro Parks debt-free and one of the most successful and most attractive attractions in all of Northeast Ohio. The Cleveland Metro Parks are located within minutes of every resident in Cuyahoga County and Hinckley Township. But the true question lies, should taxpayers' money be used to support the Cleveland Metro Parks and the zoo? The Cleveland Metro Parks did not just start overnight. The Cleveland Metropolitan Park District was born in 1917. According to ClevelandMetroParks.com, William Stinchcomb was a young engineer who saw the need for a large outdoor space in Cleveland when it was still very rural. At first, Stinchcomb did not succeed, so he tried and tried again. First in 1905, then in 1909, and finally in 1912, he was finally able to create a park board. In April of 1912, a man named Leonard Skelter offered to donate 3 acres of land, which is now known as the Rocky River Reservation. But during these pivotal years, the park board could only receive gifts and land grants, but had no money and no means of raising their own. So the park board was basically non-existent for those few years. But thankfully in 1915, the state changed and it allowed Cuyahoga County commissioners to give money to the park board. And in 1916, it was finally able to receive its first funds. The original plan showed a non-stop park system in Cuyahoga County, including Rocky River, Big Creek, Chippewa Creek, Tinkers Creek, Chagrin River, and the Euclid River valleys, while connecting 2 previous parks that were already in Cleveland. The Ohio General Assembly passed a bill providing for the conservation of natural resources by creation, development, and improvement of the park districts in March of 1917. June 30th of 1917 was a big day for Clevelanders. It was the day that the Cleveland Metropolitan Park District was finally created. In 1920, the Park District only had 109 acres of land in Rocky River and Big Creek. But by 1930, they had acquired over 9,000 acres of land, which included the addition of Rocky River, Huntington, Big Creek, Hinckley, Brecksville, Bedford, South Chagrin, North Chagrin, and Euclid Creek. Even to this day, the Metro Parks are still expanding and growing just like they did in the 20s and 30s. Today, the Cleveland Metro Parks has free admission and unlimited access to all of the parks during daylight hours. There are a total of 17 reservations with over 21,000 acres of land to roam on. The Metro Parks attract 16 million visitors per year. Having this many visitors makes the Park District one of the most visited attractions in all of Northeast Ohio. They also include 8 golf courses. According to Gems of the Necklace by Gary Marmalola, some of the unique recreational opportunities of the Metro Parks include archery, boating, cross-country fishing, skiing, and ice fishing, horseback riding, sledding, one of the recreational features to the Emerald Necklace is tobogganing. Tobogganing is located in the Millstream Reservation in Strongsville. There are 2 1,000-foot tall refrigerated ice chutes that can operate whether there is snow or not. Most of the reservations have visitor centers and nature centers located near the entrance of their reservations. Most people do not know that Cleveland Zoo is also included in the Metro Parks. The zoo is located at 3900 Wildlife Way on Cleveland, right next to the Brookside Reservation. According to ClevelandMetroParksZoo.com, the zoo has 165 acres of land and features 5 themed sections of the zoo, including 3,000 animals and over 600 species. The zoo was founded in 1882, making it the 7th oldest zoo in the United States. In 2011, the zoo's newest and biggest attraction opened to the public, African elephant crossings. The zoo's elephant exhibit is hoping to raise awareness about conservation efforts across the world and to eventually build a breeding program in Cleveland similar to the one that Columbus has. This levy was put on the ballot in this past November, is asking for money for it because nearly 2/3 of the money allotted has expired and the need for money in order to sustain the parks and the zoo. According to the committee of our Metro Parks website, the money would preserve 22,000 acres of land, streams, and wildlife to help keep Cleveland's lakefronts clean and healthy, enhance outdoor education, and ensure that the zoo remains a world-class destination and sustain the Emerald Necklace. The Emerald Necklace is the Cleveland Metro Parks' unofficial nickname. Taxpayers should support the Cleveland Metro Parks. The zoo's mission statement is Cleveland Metro Parks Zoo creates compelling experiences that connect people with wildlife and inspire personal responsibility for conserving the natural world. Without the Metro Parks and money being used to fund them, we would not be able to connect with the wildlife. Along with the parks, the taxpayers' money would also help support the lakefront beaches. For people of all ages and families in particular, beaches are popular attractions during the summer months and even during the winter because they offer beautiful views. According to Wally Sharif, who wrote an article for the Cleveland Plain Dealer, for those who are not the biggest fans of the sand and waves, the beaches also increase tourism for those who do go, which as a result brings in more jobs for the city along with revenue and businesses. As industrialization is taking over our growing cities, the wildlife and animals are losing their habitats, but with their money that Issue 80 is asking for, it will help save their homes from being completely destroyed. Cleveland is a very crime-stricken city. Before the beaches were turned over to the Metro Parks, there were only 4 rangers that were in charge of patrolling 6 beaches that stretched over 14 miles. Since there was a lack of law enforcement that monitored the beaches, this ended with a result of graffiti, damage to properties, and even drug deals. According to Mark Namick, 77% of all felony arrests made by the state park rangers were made on Cleveland's lakefront beaches. Now that the Metro Parks are in charge of the beaches, they have rangers who regularly patrol and monitor the beaches, parks, and zoos to make sure there is no graffiti, damage to property, drug deals, or any acts of violence. But some taxpayers do not want to pay for the parks. Issue 80 is a $1.8 million renewal levy with a $0.9 million increase that would make homeowners cost about $96 a year for a $100,000 house. Some people feel that they should not have to pay an additional $96 a year when they don't even use the park systems anyways. Another reason why taxpayers do not want to support the Metro Parks levy is because since parks are free and located within walking distance of every home in Cuyahoga County and Hinckley Township, they are perfect places for teenagers to hang out and loiter in. Sometimes when teenagers hang out in places, they tend to get in trouble. Why should we continue to pay for more free and accessible places for teenagers to hang out and cause a commotion in? While citizens of Northeast Ohio are debating on if they should vote for Issue 80 or not, they have a lot to take into consideration if their hard-earned money will be handled properly. While Cuyahoga County corruption scandal and the Kevin Kelly Parma City School District scandal are still looming in the back of residents' minds, it creates a kind of uncertainty as to how their money will be handled. It may seem impossible to hand over their money that doesn't have a national overseer, but residents do not have to worry because the Metro Parks is still completely debt-free and has levies on the ballot every 10 years, which would make them debt-free. And that's according to the Cleveland Metro Parks website. With ongoing efforts of the Board of Park Commissioners, their hard work, and the Cleveland Metro Parks have won several important awards and distinctions. They have been awarded a 3-time award winner of the NRPA Gold Medal Award. The Washington Gold Course earned the title of the first 9-hole golf course in the world, the first publicly owned facility, and the first T course, and the Blue Wave distinction for having healthy and vibrant beaches. The Metro Parks have a few keys to their success. First being that it has a subdivision of the park separate from the other government facilities. The second being is it focuses on being committed to conservation, education, and recreation. The third is that it has talented staff members in all their fields. When I interviewed Cleveland Metro Parks zoo worker Maddie Pinto about her job in guest services and the Metro Parks as a whole, she responded, "I absolutely love the fact that I get to wake up every morning in the summer and come to work at such a world-renowned zoo. When I have to go to work on parking lot patrol and being in the back of the lot, which is near the heart of the Brookside Reservation, I love just sitting there and looking at all the beautiful scenery. I also think it's so awesome that I can say that I encounter so many diverse people, animals, and scenery on a daily basis. The Cleveland Metro Parks is so much more than the eye can see. It offers recreational activities, golf courses, and a zoo. But one of the biggest points Metro Parks focuses on is they're always planning for the future and always looking for ways to make their park system bigger and better than it was before. Those key points really make them stand out against other park systems in Ohio and around the country. With the passage of Issue 80 this past November, the Cleveland Metro Parks are now able to continue to be one of the best attractions all of Ohio has to offer. Thank you!